He'll probably just grab the Battle Compressor. This is where I would pitch the Xerosic, most likely.
Yeah. So there is a Volcanium Prism Star that you did mention. I think that's the Wishy-Washy.
No, that's Kingdra, dog.
Kingdra.
That is the Kingdra GX. One of the best techs in this deck for expanded. One of the newer cards you see. We did a lot of testing with it. It's in my buddy that played Blastoise put it in his deck. It wins a lot of matchups. So instead of going Blastoise, you just go Kingdra round one, or it's like with your first Archies. You do it against stuff like Garbodor and stuff like that, because what it does is your first attack is it's another like deluge ability sort of thing. It's 10 plus 50 for every water attached for 1 energy, and the second one is 30, and you get to switch to your bench, and then your GX attack is 40 to all your opponent's Pokemon. So it's a whole bunch of 1 energy attacks, but the big thing is the fact that it's got 230 HP. Very hard for those decks that struggle with damage to knock out. So even against stuff like Trevenant, you get it out against that.
It has explosive damage output for. I mean, I guess all the new series of cards have been improving all the stats of the attacks and the HP numbers, so that doesn't surprise me that Kingdra can do all that and has 230 HP.
I think Sam was
there's a Oranguru on his bench now.
Sam was debating the muscle band. I think probably because of maybe Floatstone. I see a world even where he tries to Oranguru into the Articuno, because the muscle band on the Articuno is incredibly important in this specific matchup here.
All right, if you are here for the league or trading card game cut,
there's that computer search.
Cut, we are taking registrations
might save
now.
that.
Yeah. If you're Sam, would you save?
You need to have your deck list.
You would consider saving it for blower. So this is double propagate
you
play.
have 3 game vouchers ready to turn in.
But I would consider playing it for.
So, most likely grabbing that water energy. He doesn't have to reveal it, but does. He's just a nice guy.
One of the things to remember from yesterday is that something that Sam doesn't know, but Stefan plays no
Crushing Hammers.
Crushing Hammers, right? So these energies on this Keldeo, if he can load one up, they're gonna stick. And
maybe he just doesn't know that.
I don't think he does. So at this point, as the Sableye player, your plan then becomes pin the Blastoise in the active, and hope Sam just misses Versus Seekers and that sort of thing.
Yeah, ways to stream constant knockouts versus very low HP, single prize attackers that aren't generally going to aggress. Well, I guess they're going to aggressively seek to lock you out of the game, but not do insane amount of damage. So, Sam taking the first prize here. There's a hiker and
it's a hiker on something.
Some hammer or counter catcher maybe.
Hammer, yeah, it looks like an enhanced hammer, pretty useless in this matchup.
Yeah. Sam reading hiker.
Yep. And one of the I've always had much debate about who's favored in this matchup, and I always think that it's Sableye's favored, strictly because of the reliance of getting that Blastoise out, and because most Blastoise lists, if they opt not to play Xerosic, it's incredibly one-sided. But because Sam is playing that Xerosic, all these Versus Seekers now become knockouts. Because he goes Versus Seeker for to get his abilities back, just rush in and take a knockout. Especially since Stefan can't temper that with those lack of Crushing Hammers.
Yeah. So, if this is a more generic, more traditional build with the Crushing Hammers, those coin flips would really set Sam back if, they favored Stefan. But
thanks. Stefan looking for a counter catcher Floatstone there.
And then
It's not going to do a whole lot here.
For a deck like Archie's Blastoise, what's the impact that Hiker has?
There's a lot of dead cards in the matchup. There's tons and tons and tons of dead cards. So it becomes one of those things where Hiker is pretty much every time you play it, you're going to get something bad to start. Looks like Stefan missed energy though. Not the worst thing in the world because this matchup is one of those ones where you just trying to play. You're always playing catch up.
Sam attaching to the Lele. Maybe gonna use it as a pivot. Yeah, there's the Guzma.
In his hand, yeah.
So he's gonna promote the Garbodor with the Guzma and then knock it out with Secret Sword.
Yeah, at this point, that's super big. Sam will be going down to 4 prizes.
Yeah.
And leaving Stefan with no, the one of the big understatements here, or the thing that you can't understate rather, is the fact that Stefan didn't get another Trubbish out.
Yeah, so Sam has at least another turn free of deluge attachments if he can grab more water energies.
Well, now it becomes one of those things where every Versus Seeker just goes for Guzma for
the Trubbish.
Yeah.
So Stefan can't maintain that Garbotoxin lock that, you know, we really praised.
We got 2 of them now.
One of the featured players from yesterday, Alex McNeil, he was always constantly streaming Trubbishes to constantly pose a threat with either a Trash Lynch or a Garbotoxin Garbodor. So that was something that was really highlighted yesterday, like making sure you're maintaining that steady flow of more dedicated support Pokemon that has multiple functions. So Stefan getting 2 Trubbishes this turn is really big.
So he's going to go Floodstone Ultra Ball here to guarantee that Garbodor next turn.
Yeah.
If he has a supporter in hand, it looks like he only has Flare Grunt or Gladion. Sam, another Versus Seeker off the top.
Literally, the situation you talked about, if Stefan didn't get another Trubbish, was Sam just burning every VS Seeker for Guzma for that 1 Trubbish, but Stefan has 2, so...
It's the smart thing about playing that 4-3 pyramid line. You want to get as many Trubbish down as possible. If you only get 1 down, it'll just pick a knockout. And Sam doing the right thing.
Sam not opting to attach any energies that turn. Maybe considering, you know, Stefan can Flare Grunt, Crushing Hammer combo me.
I think it's smart because he's going to do the same thing. Once he gets ability locked, Sam will be able to Versus Seeker for the Guzma and retreat with the Lele under ability lock.
To the whatever Trubbish evolves into the Garbodor, he'll just target that one instead of, oh, I'm just gonna target a Trubbish that will, you know, just become a Garbodor.
Yep. Also, the other big thing is on a quick breeze by of Stefan's list, you don't see a Life Dew in there.
No Life Dew?
The Life Dew appears to be prized, which, you know, every Sableye player knows those feels. This matchup is one of those ones that you don't necessarily need it, but because of Sam's board position and him only having 3 prizes left, yeah, you kind of need it.
So there's the Aqua Stadium,
yes,
and then Ace Trainer.
The Aqua Stadium actually will be big now because Guzma will need to be paired with a Float Stone or that Blower in order for him to knock out the Garbodor.
Yeah, Blower because you would just Guzma and then use your Russian ability.
For sure. You okay over there, Travis? He's so tired. I'm having just as much fun watching this game as I am watching Travis's face struggle with being awake right now.
You're literally watching your, like, love child of a deck play against Blastoise, and you're just like, I'm just going to look at Travis
That's
instead.
how attractive Travis Nunlist is. That one does look pretty good. Yeah, that looks really good. God, he's so attractive. What, you got to do color commentating for...
Yeah. He's looking good today.
There you go. Perfect.
His hair slicked back.
I'm telling you.
Them eyes popping.
trying to figure out what Stefan would choke. Oh, excuse me. Stefan really wanted that counter catcher off of the Ace Trainer. If he had hit that,
he would just bring up Blastoise or another big Pokemon.
The Blastoise, and he's gonna have to hope that Sam doesn't hit Guzma. If you look at Sam's hand, it actually is fairly negative. If I were Sam, I think this energy attachment would go straight onto this Lele.
Yeah, so you can prepare for the upcoming turns when he does get another energy and a Guzma.
Yep.
Or loading it up on the Keldeo.
Interesting. It's a little scary, I think.
I mean, Sam was already threatening knockouts with the base costs.
The thing that scares me about that specifically is the Aqua base is not a thing. You know, the Aqua base will make the Guzma not effective. Stefan really just wants a counter catcher. I think that's really all.
Opting to grab the Lusamine off that Trainer's Mail.
I think that's the correct mail. You want to grab something right within your deck. He's got a second Trainer's Mail in hand.
Okay.
He wants to hit counter catcher or Guzma here. Stefan even fine with having a with going with garbage collection is a totally appropriate
just to
move.
start putting resources, the one resource you exactly need from your discard, right on top of your deck.
No counter catcher.
So, Stefan grabbing a Professor Juniper that time off that second Trainer's Mail. Unfortunately, he whiffed the counter catcher, like Alex mentioned. He's gonna Ultra Ball away the Lusamine and Parallel City.
Yep, which is right. You want the Aqua base out in this scenario. Is a counter catcher even left? We know Stefan plays 2. I didn't see it there on first flash. He also would, you know, Guzma would be a nice addition too. The Versus Seeker being put down signals that he's got no Guzma in his discard pile. There's that at least. Shaman is here just to pitch it. He's got plenty of cards left to Sycamore away, or Juniper away rather. It'd be okay.
Stefan shuffling up from that Ultra Ball search.
The other thing to consider here is Stefan on the second Ultra Ball didn't grab Trash Lance Garbodor, so that might also be prized because that's another out here.
Yeah, because Sam's played a decent amount of items, and Stefan just revealing the water energy from the top.
Which I think is interesting. There's the counter catcher. Has to be it, right? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, Stefan grabbing his forehead.
So, gotta be counter catcher for the Blastoise. That big forestry, and this is why the matchup is so, I think, favored in Sableye favor because of this big 4 retreat fatty that has to be brought up. And this is one of those situations where I'm surprised that Stefan went for discarding the water energy because at this point water energy doesn't hurt you.
Senior, top
right?
4.
Sam's looking at a Battle Compressor, 2 superior energy retrievals, Ultra Ball, and Wishy Washy, none of which are going to get him anywhere close to where he wants to be.
Yeah.
So at this point he's effectively locked, and Stefan can easily just control top decks and win from here on out.
Yeah.
But this Battle Compressor will get rid of some of those dead cards.
Yeah, start making the rest of his deck more live with each and every, mill, draw, etc.
I'm surprised Stefan didn't go for a Versus Seeker or a Trick Shovel there to control, knowing that Sam's... I mean, you don't know what's in Sam's hand. His last turn was just attach, attack.
Yeah. Sam's hand's pretty dead right now, so he doesn't want to draw in that Archie's because he doesn't want to play the cards out. Well, he can play the cards out in his hand, but not to great use, so he's, doesn't want to draw into Archie's.
One of the things that Sam's also, yes, he is Battle Compressing here to thin his deck so that there's less bad cards in his deck. But this debate right here of the Xerosic, right, that's one thing he was thinking about, was an out for him. but now it makes all his Versus Seekers live. So one consideration he could have made was not play the Battle Compressor.
He doesn't want to see that Volcanium Prism Star for the rest of the rest.
Nope, definitely don't want to see that. And Sam doesn't know if Stefan plays Target Whistle or not either, so you don't want to pitch any of the other Pokemon to get out.
Yeah. Because then that just makes a bigger trap for yourself.
So that's why that Wishy-Wash is staying in that hand. And the Ultra Ball will come down most presumably here.
Oh, that's a Superior Energy Retreat.
He's actually playing. He might start slowly attaching these to Blastoise.
Yeah, just to build up.
Nope, it's going to be the Kuna.
Hydro Pump, but no, he's content with slowly charging up a Tri-Edge and trying to cheese a Sableye or a little baby Trubbish for game.
Oh, he just had the Trash Launch. Okay. Interesting that. I guess Stefan went instead of for the Trash Launch with the Garb online in case that Sam hit the Guzma. Oh, he's going aggressive here.
He's picked a spot. Sam played enough items. Waited for Sam to play that series of cards.
So instead of going for this control lock, that's why he went for Ultra Ball instead of for,
VS Seeker.
Yeah, the scary part is that, I mean, regardless, the Versus Seeker wins, or not wins, but gives Sam a very good advantage anyways, right?
Yeah.
So this does make sense in a way. The scary part now is that Sam does have the ability to put Stefan asleep, giving him more top decks. Shaman off the top, not going to help. This attachment will most likely go down to Articuno, and we'll just see a sleep attack.
Would you consider building up a Rangaroo, or are you just thinking, hey, Articuno is the closest thing to getting off a big attack? Or he's opting to attach the Lilele, so...
The attach to the Articuno signals, I hope you stay asleep.
Trading card game top 8.
So...
Which looks like he's staying awake. So it looks like Stefan will be able to throw that Life Dew right onto the Garbodor. So that the reason that you do that then is because then Sam, if you drew a Versus Seeker, would have to choose between Xerosic and Guzma.
Yeah.
But he still not to attack it. We're going to go down 2 to 3. Go into the guy that has one. There's the Versus Seeker. And this is now a scenario where Stefan's...
You still go for the...
That's big. No, you go for... I am pretty sure he's going to go for Xerosic.
Yeah, you Xerosic, and then you Shaman up your, well, play out your cards, so...
One of the weird, interesting scenarios now that you can do as the Sableye player is do that counter catcher but put the Life Dew onto the Garbodor and only have Sableye and Garbodor active. And since there's no Russian on Sam's side, if the Versus Seeker goes for a Guzma, he doesn't win the game.
Yeah. Sam attaching all those energy awkwardly to that Tapu Lele. There's 6 energy total in between both active Pokemon, so that will get a knockout whenever he decides to, announce an attack. But if you're here in this position, do you instruct first and then set up?
Well, he's considering, yeah.
Because you're not guaranteed to play that 6 cards down to, sub 3. So you might as well, I'm going to draw up to 3, then I'm going to draw up to 6 if I can't play anything off of that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is why I would have I kind of like the idea behind just locking Blastoise out of the game, right? Stefan obviously went for the more aggressive route when he junk hunted for Ultra Ball.
If you're Sam in this position, would you? I think I saw an Ultra Ball in his hand.
He
Do
does.
you grab?
You play it.
Okay.
Yeah, you play it.
And he's paying a water and an egg to.
Yep. Because you want that other Keldeo, which does not appear to be in the deck. Yeah, the other Keldeo there would have been huge. But I think Stefan will merely, on his turn, is going to push the Sableye, counter catcher the Blastoise, throw the Life Dew onto the Garbodor, and probably end. He does have the Versus Seeker, so he'll be ending Sam down to 1, and then just has to dodge.
Hopefully stick that end to 1, Garbotoxin, go.
Mm-hmm.
So Sam now playing out his entire hand, drawing 6.
Not a lot that Sam will just probably want to be playing dead cards here. He's just going to pitch everything that he doesn't need.
Yeah.
For the end of the game here.
So here in that position, like yesterday, we're kind of talking about, um, some people playing their items out just willy nilly, but in this instance, it's just like Sam's trying to lock up the game, and he knows that if he hits any of those cards instead of cards that give him an active win condition this late in the game, where he's going to go down to one prize and possibly face a end to one Garbotoxin, you do play your cards out to hey, I don't want to see this in my end to one.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it serves me a function of making my deck more live to guarantee I win the game if I'm in Sam's position right now.
Floatstone will most likely be going down to that Blastoise.
Yeah. So
and if Sam can get at least the remaining 5 energies
onto his board.
Yep. 3, 4, 5, 6. That's totally enough. Oh, Sam actually elected to not play the Floatstone. So the line of play for Stefan should play. Oh, he's gonna put the Floatstone on there instead of the Life Dew. Okay, I see. Let's go in the reverse route of it. He's already got an energy on there. Stefan just attached.
Maybe Sam just not dedicating that Floatstone down, just hoping, hey, I'll hit this in the end of one scenario.
Fine. So here's the weird part about this Life Dew deal.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that because Sam can't rush in right now, if Stefan had put the
Countercatcher Blastoise,
had put the Sableye active and then the Life Dew on the Garbodor, Guzma no longer becomes an out for Sam, because if he Guzma's the Garb and like takes it, it doesn't win him the game right away.
He has to kill the Sableye.
And then Stefan just goes, here's another counter catcher on your Blastoise, right?
Yeah.
And at that point, the Deluge almost doesn't matter, because I think Sam might be out of superior energy retrievals.
Yeah. So whatever energy is on Sam's board is what he's got for the rest of the game.
What does Sam get? I didn't see. There's the Trubbish that he needs. And I'm surprised.
Promoting 2 little.
I'm surprised that he doesn't realize that I think there might be actually 2 energies on the Sableye, but I could be wrong. Could see it wrong. I would get. Oh gosh. I'm sure that's exactly what Stefan's saying right now. What do I get here? You want control, especially if Sam missed. So versus Seeker, Shovel is probably going to be your best bet.
Yeah. Because then, based on Sam's line of play, you can react to that.
The other thing you could consider is keeping the counter catcher.
Yeah.
There's a Sycamore. But do you play it?
Yeah. What's Sam's deck size right now? I know it looks pretty small.
It's not overly huge, but
it's not enough for him to deck out like Aaron Tarbell did yesterday.
6, 7.
So there's at least like 5, maybe 5.
Mm-hmm.
5 more cards in the deck.
For that Floatstone, no Floatstone.
But the Field Blower.
Field Blower is huge here.
But
is
there a way for him to get enough energy onto that Blastoise?
Does he have the superior energy retrieval? No, he's got it. He can go Field Blower for Life Dew and Floatstone, and superior energy retrieval, and attach 4 energies to Blastoise. There's only 2 in the discard. He's gonna double check here. 1, 2. Oh, he's 1 energy short. Oh my gosh. So now if you're saying you have to decide, okay, do I...
He's gonna Mysterious Treasure, make his deck more accessible.
Wow. So what do you
Is there a sequence of plays that he can make to, let's say he does go for that Field Blower play to, make Deluge live again, eliminate the Life Dew,
Wow, all of those would have been any of those cards that they were in his hand would have been better. Any of them, except for maybe the Versus Seekers. Because you have the Battle Compressor for the energies himself, the Order Pads, the Trainer's Mail, pretty much the Floatstone itself. All of those cards.
Is there a way for Sam to play his hand down to at least get even pull that Instruct for whatever resource he does need?
That might be what he's trying to go for here. I would say so. You just say this. It's now or never.
This is a game-winning play.
And if you miss, it's not the worst thing in the world, right? If you miss this energy, you end up with 3 energy on the Blastoise. And remember, Stefan doesn't play Crushing Hammer, so those are going to stick.
So they'll stick.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. He's going for it.
Video game senior Enzo Ricci, please go to
Oh boy. What stress. Yeah. And Sam showing.
Sam just saying, "Oh, I only have 2, and 1 short." First attachment.
Yep, and there's he's
All
going
3.
down, so he just needs to hit. There are a lot of cards.
Sure.
There's 2 water energies left in Sam's deck. He needs to hit one of them.
Yeah, and he's gonna instruct for a fresh 3 cards. So, if he gets just 1 more energy or the Floatstone, he wins. So instruct for 3. Does he get it?
Floatstone.
Floatstone. We're going to game 2. Sam up 1-0 in the series. Based on the lack of Crushing Hammers, what would you do in Stefan's position to,
It's interesting that Crushing Hammer didn't come into a lot, too much of a play. I think Crushing Hammer just is one of those things where it just sets.
It's a win more.
Back.
We finally got the list.
Deck list off the press. Is it 1 Keldeo?
It is 1 Keldeo. That's so not prize, just not included.
Yep.
And looking at his list, he already talked about the Kingdra GX from Dragon's Majesty. There's that Volcanium Prism Star from Forbidden Light, and then Wishy Washy GX.
Yeah. Sam does not want to start that. And the idea here now is Sam can just chill. There's 15 minutes left. Sam can just pretty much just draw, pass it out. If Sam just doesn't play any items, Stefan
doesn't have an aggressive win con.
Nope. He pretty much will just need to go handiwork until
he would have to force Stefan to
return back to their original
stream
place.
that while he's just content with saying chilling side. I'm chilling.
Honestly, Sam is just gonna have to. I mean, he's no stranger to this situation, but he's just gonna have to be boring for the next 15 minutes. Wow.
Sam.
So if Sam doesn't hit that Sycamore off the end of 1, I think. Oh boy, I'm tired too. Then you, as Sam. Yeah, you consider scooping or something. It's scary.
You have 15 minutes to come over and register.
Oh my gosh. I thought the overhead voice was telling me they had 15 minutes left. I was like, what?
Bruh, no.
I was like, that's a change.
Major change. Yeah, Sam.
And 3 vouchers.
Almost regretting for that start.
What did he get as a start?
Lele.
Not the worst.
It's not the worst, but I think he had a worse starter in his hand. He's just I'd rather not start that.
If it's between Wishy Washy and Lele, you pretty much just sort of let me start Lele. Because like we said, you're not worried about yourself getting knocked out, right? So you can.
You just don't want to play big things that can't retreat readily.
Legitimately, Sam. If you're in Sam's position, there's a world where you draw a card,
Pass.
You riffle your hand a few times, you look at your opponent lovingly, and then you pass. You eat up 15, 20 seconds per draw, right? And there are 47 cards left in Sam's deck.
Yeah, so
half a minute per. That's going to take 20 minutes. It's all over. It's pretty much all over, and Stefan's just gonna try to go super aggro. The only other condition here is that if you're Sam, you also consider getting a Blastoise just to put a little extra pressure on Stefan, so he just doesn't play Handiworks, Trick Shovel, call it good.
Okay, milling off a Superior Energy Retrieval, attaching energy, Parallel City in play. putting Sam down to 3.
Stefan got a Ultra Ball there and another Pokemon who's at risk. The scariest feeling of Sableye is starting Lone Sableye and then Sycamore with nothing else. It is the scariest thing.
Yeah.
It's even worse when you end. You're just like, oh man. Because you know that.
I think every instance, I try to learn how to play Sableye Garbodor because of your, you know, motivational
Dude,
talks about Sableye. And then when I play it, when I do make plays like that, I don't get another basic. And I'm like, cool, this is fun.
That's part of Sableye is that you have to get more than one basic.
I never prize life to you. It's just I just
Whoa,
don't get
slow down, buddy. Hey.
Well, you're not a real Sableye player, Brandon.
Yeah. Hey, man. That's.
Yikes.
That was the roughest. That was. Man, yeah. Travis reminded me of my prizing 2 puzzles.
In his
top
3.
eight runs.
One
of my top 8 runs.
3 copies, so.
One of them. It was in the top 8 against Kenny Britton. Super cool dude. Love that kid.
Shout out to Kenny Britton.
Shout out to Kenny Britton. Prized Life 2 game 1, and then game 2 prize 2 puzzles.
Yeah.
And just got blasted by Greninja, which is a considerably free matchup.
Sam just doing the same same battle compressor discards he did the first time around in the game 1. Blastoise and 2 eggs, and then now he just you know, thinning out the deck. You know, up to 3 more cards. If you're Sam,
take it. Time.
Doing each search very thoroughly.
The other thing you have to think about is Sam, you have to do this and be slow and methodical, but you can't dump too many items.
Yeah. So Sam opting to discard that Kingdra GX. He doesn't want to draw any of that. He doesn't want to draw his other Blastoise.
Just a reminder, Sam's.
Did he move the Keldeo to the front of his
Sam's Twitter
search
handle is what? Sam's Toys?
Yeah. So I literally saw Alex and I talked to Sam before the tournament started yesterday, and we're like, "Hey Sam, you know, just checking up on him, just chilling." And then he's like, "Yo, guess what I'm playing?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm playing Slamstoise," and I'm like, "Bruh, that's your Twitter handle. Shout out to Sam Chen. That's my guy."
Well, we'll be getting a shout out from him too. As much as I love Sableye, from my experience, there is pretty much no way to win from here on out.
You know, we talked about how there's 18 minutes left at the start of the second match, and now it's down to almost 10 minutes.
And
so
Stefan's only taking 1 turn. So Sam doing everything you need to do in this situation. Playing slow, methodical. Just want to talk about Sableye some more. This is the last time we'll talk about today, because all 3 Sableyes in day 2 are going to lose round 1, and they will never be featured on stream again, and we'll all cry.
I mean, you will.
I'm
just you're gonna go home.
So I'm gonna just drive back now. We're driving back to
get in fetal position and just say, you know,
try not to cry.
We take those. You know, we had our moment in the sun, and
we did.
Now we're
we
back in
twice.
We're back under the stairs.
Yep.
Waiting for your letter for Hogwarts.
The last game I will commentate at Portland Regionals.
The last game? The first and last?
I'm leaving. We'll see you guys. Gonna go back to Spokane.
No, don't leave. Don't leave me.
Sorry.
My friend. Oh, order pad. What's the flip? Heads. Sam's getting another search.
As long as he doesn't pitch too many items, he'll be alright.
Yeah. There's like.
Oh, he does have the field blower in his hand. That's.
He's gonna. I would hold. Yeah. If I'm in Sam's position, hold that. He's grabbing one of his 3 remaining superior energy retrievals because Stefan milled the first one.
But at a certain point, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But Sam can also, like I said, see, he is going to go for just this early aggression. And actually, he could just, Sam could just start turning on the Jets and say,
You
know
can
what?
attack with a Lele. A
Let's
battle
not-
Lele.
Well, like he could just put that. I would put all 3 onto
the
the
Keldeo?
Keldeo and rush in. Save that energy for the Guzma
I
plays.
forgot that he could just rush in because there's no Garbatoxin. So, because Stefan's only had 1 turn. So.
Yeah. So it's going to be 3 energies into the Keldeo from the Spirit Energy Retrieval. Rush in, attack with the Field Blower in hand.
Ready to respond to that Garbatoxin.
Yep.
Up.
Oh, you're right.
Battle Lele.
It will be the Lele.
Battle Lele.
Oh yeah, Sam just doing things a little out of order, cheating like normal.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yep.
Hot take.
Sam Chen, one of the best kiddos in the game, in both skill and personality. Ordering mistake on Stefan's part. Play the Ultra Ball first, dog. Play the Ultra Ball first, then your deck 1 card.
1 card. Makes a difference.
It does. Sableye 101. That's step number 23. Ultra Ball before your trainer's mail.
First you do this, then you do this.
Man, I could write 101 rules in Sableye. I could do it.
Yeah,
Just do it.
literally just write the 10 commandments of Sableye.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thou shalt learn how to play without puzzles.
Oh God. Thou shalt be okay with being an asshole.
Phrasing.
I know.
Not esports.
That's true.
Yikes.
Stefan
grabbing that. What art of the garbage? I know it's one of the first. Is that the first
That's
print of the garbage?
Legendary Treasures art.
So it's not the first print of
nope.
Garbatoxin.
Yeah.
It's the second.
Yep, that is the reprint. Alright, it does have the Sludge Bomb 60 for 3.
Versus the Breakpoint Garbatoxin, which is
offensive bomb.
Offensive bomb for a psychic and 3 colorless, I believe.
It is. But that one does, this one does 60, and the new one does 60, and then poison.
Say and confuse.
And confuse, yeah. So, I've only ever used that Garbodor's attack once.
Getting that second, you're getting a new Sableye online with energy, so.
Yep, look, he's looking for
Is he gonna play that other Sableye down?
He's looking Floatstone Countercatcher, but
he's Ultra Balling again.
That might be for Shaman.
Shaman,
Dig for
just
those.
the dig.
And then Sam's sitting here not only with time on his side, but with the Field Blower in hand.
It looks really bleak for your boy Sableye.
Yes, it does. That's right. He's gonna rattle off 4 straight wins after this. We'll be okay. No Shaman coming down. It's gonna be the Trubbish.
Hot take.
Sacrificing the Garbodor.
You throw round 1, day 2 to go 4-1.
Well, you
total.
throw round 1 to Sam Chen because he's likely gonna have a good record. So you have good tiebreakers, and then you just win 4 straight. That's the plan.
I think Sam is the only Blastoise that advanced into day 2.
Andy Gray, didn't he?
No, Andy Gray went 6-3. Kenny Britton destroyed that dream round 9.
Whoa. I did not hear about that.
It was a great.
Wow. I did not know that.
Maybe he'll be featured in a future round.
If you are registering for you have 5
is there where there's no other Blastoise? Was it only Sam Chen?
I think it's only Sam Chen.
Wow.
And from a lot of the names that I recognize from the advancements, there's a Bees player in Rahul Reddy, of course, and Peter playing his tried and true Night March. And
Peter's playing Night March?
Peter's playing Night March, Exodia Night March, as he calls it on his Twitter.
Wow.
And a lot of the decks I see advance in the day 2 are some sort of Garb variant, a lot of Drampa Garb, Sable Garb, and then some Zoro Garb, and then
it's a lot of Zoro control. There's
and then a lot of Zoro Toads and control aspects.
There was how many Zoro controls were there? Were there 6, 7?
Literally,
8?
that whole crew playing like the 59 card exact carbon copy list, where they only changed 1 card, and that was the prehistoric Pokemon that you add back to the bottom of your deck just to prevent deck outs.
I think I think there's just a boatload of those.
Oh, he's chasing down that Trubbish that can become a trash line. It's Sam realizing that, I'm just going to remove the threat of a second Garbatoxin or, you know, a Trash Lance from developing this next turn. So Sam opting to chase that instead of a Sableye because, you know, it's easier for Stefan to cycle Sableyes than entire Chubbish lines. So Sam just searching Stefan's discard.
He's got a Floatstone too.
Very methodically. Got the Life Dew down on the Sableye, so it's chilling.
Sam is holding on to those blower.
He's waiting for that Floatstone to drop on that Garbatoxin.
And Stefan might opt to play that Floatstone there.
So
but he's actually
he's grabbing a Stretcher.
This is where he's
a
baiting,
Trainer's Mail.
Baiting Sam to play that Field Blower onto the Life Dew, saying, "Hey, oh no, he's just gonna play the Floatstone." Okay.
So those are his junk hunts: the Rushy Stretcher and the Trainer's Mail. So most likely he's gonna use that to reestablish that Trubbish to, you know, threaten both a second Garbatoxin or a Trash Lance, because Sam has been playing quite a few items, much to Alex's disapproval, but
I'll go over it. I'll be alright.
It's Sam Chen, so I can't.
It
really
is Sam Chen. He's
disagree.
in my face. It's gonna be probably. I mean, he might go versus Secret Guzma here if he gets another energy.
Yeah. Well, he already attached to the. Did he already attach to the Keldeo?
Yeah. You're right. Never mind. So it will be Blower.
Yeah.
If you can go Blower Guzma too. I mean, I think he's trying to save his versus Seekers.
Yeah, I think he wants to take a knockout on the Sableye, but also the Garbodor, even though, you know, he has a second Sableye, but then he could just drop another tool on the Garbodor. So I think the correct play, like you said, is via Seekering that Garbodor anyway, since he can't immediately threaten another Garbatoxin next turn.
You just don't want to run out of versus Seekers. I think that's the thing that Sam's debating here is you don't want to.
You don't want to burn them all.
Yeah, because if you run out of versus Seekers, there's no way to break the ability lock.
So Sam using that.
In a longer game, you would consider like chilling, not playing it, but because Sam probably feels that there's not much time left.
Sam grabbing that 0-6 most likely for upcoming turn, realizing that he's gonna just take this Sableye knockout most likely, or Sycamore.
Well, considering because next turn the best Stefan can do is get another Trubbish out, right?
Yeah.
So Sam will have one turn of just Sycamoring into more resources. So I think Sycamore, really good play there.
I believe Sam Chen's at 4 prizes.
He is at 4 prizes. That's right. There you go. That's cool. It's like magic. We say it, and then the stream changes.
Yeah.
Ah, so weird.
Bring me a taco.
Bring me a taco, stream. Bring us tacos. Oh, it didn't work. It didn't work. Sorry, Brandon.
That's really sad now.
I know.
Now he has a Keldeo fully loaded. Well, not fully loaded, but you know.
Like Herbie.
Herbie 2, fully loaded. Shouts out to Lindsay Lohan.
Lindsay, if you're watching.
Hit my line.
We love you, girl.
Hit my line at Mr. Feed Your Girl on Twitter.
Yeah. Brandon Wynn will feed you. This is what happens when Sableye gets into a game 2 and can't win in 20 minutes. We end up talking about Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah. Unfortunate for Stefan. Time has been called for them most likely, based on my me not seeing a timer left on the layout.
Yeah. And if you're Stefan, the moment time gets called, just scoop it up, dog.
Just scoop it up. It's a non-issue. There's no way for him to, you know.
Yeah, you just go brump and you just
brump. Okay, I take this 1L and then just win out like Alex wants. So,
Or if you want to be fun and just play Pokemon and stuff, Stefan can also hit him with that hot Confuse Ray. Oh, there it is. Oh,
there's the concession. So
go for the Confuse Ray
Stefan
first.
sees the writing on the wall. He's down, 1-0, about to be 2-0. Well, game 2 wouldn't resolve, so Sam Chen wins the series 1-0. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab Sam Chen for an interview. So
yeah.